warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to all of you. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd. First of all, I would like to thank all respected teachers and dear audience. Today I am going to present a speech about, in fact, I am going to talk to you, all of you, on a topic that what is the difference between a man or a maid? I want to tell you, brother, every single man is a male, but not every male is a man. And there is a very big difference between the two. Most of us, we like to think we are men. Tell him, everybody, brother, are you a man or a male? Instantly you will reaction in him. Are you questioning about my dignity or are you questioning about my honor? So being a male doesn't make you special because you are born that way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you a male. But in fact, even that you know yesterday, you didn't even have to be born a male. You could go and get a surgery and become a male. But today you don't even need the surgery. You just have to think and feel that you are a male. Legally, the law will accept you and protect you and give you the rights as a male, regardless of what you are. We are living in a modern culture, you know. We are living in a modern culture, regardless of what you are, based on a thought, based on a feeling, you will be a male. But being a man, there is no surgery for that, my brothers. There is no hormones for that. There is no hormone for that. To be a man does not feeling that you can claim in your heart and all of a sudden you become a rijal. In Arabic, man rijal. Look even in the Quran, Holy Quran. Whenever something is of importance, whenever something is of high regards, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses rijal, men. And whenever something is of general, that is not overly important, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says dhakar. Distinguishing of that, there is a very big gap between the two. If I want to ask you, brother, how will you stand in front of Allah? As a dhakar or as a rijal? What is the criteria of being a man? Unfortunately, now our society, pushed by social media, is pushed by movies, entertainment, and industry is now shaping our society. Unfortunately, practicing Muslim have taken the traits of Jahiliyyah and tried to make it deen. If I shall ask you, brother, what makes a rijal? What makes a man? If we are honest, if we are really honest, in our society where we live in, there is a lot of honor and dignity and respect and glamour to the one that knows how to fight. You know, how to fight, how to put down the other, how to physically handle. In our society, this is admired, this is loved, this is considered an attribute of a rijal. That's why the boxing and wrestling, and all of these physical sports are such a big thing in our community. The sport that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, clearly made haram. It's made haram because of the striking of the face. It's haram. But really deep down, we don't care about what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, thinks and says. We care about what the society thinks. So if you don't know how to physically fight, you are not considered as a rijal. You are not considered as a man. So we have this epidemic now. We have this epidemic. And trust me, this is not new. Whatever sickness we are going through, this is not new. The Habib, the master, the teacher, the prophet, he came in this world to teach, he came in this world to cure the society of all of its sickness. But unfortunately, we are made to believe that the Sunnah is 1400 years old, man. We are living in a different time, in a different place, in a different situation. La wallahi, it's the exactly same disease. One day, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, walks into the masjid and finds the Sahaba wrestling. They were just wrestling, they are not doing anything haram. Did the Sahaba do anything haram? Did. They were just wrestling. We often do it in our room. Who's the most stronger? You know, who's the most stronger? They were just wrestling. Sallallahu sees the gathering and asks, what are you doing? Tell me. Sallallahu didn't know what they were doing. He didn't know. He knew exactly what they were doing. But the hadith is not just for them. It's for every Muslim to the day of judgment. They said, how we were wrestling to see whole of us, whole amongst us is the stronger. Who is the Rijal, brother? Who is the Rijal? Has anything changed in 1400 years? Has anything changed? La wallahi, it's the exactly same disease. They were not doing anything harm. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam knows, but he was worried about something far deeper. What does he say? He says the man amongst you, the Rijal amongst you is not the one that can physically put down the other. That's not how we determine who the Rijal is. The Rijal amongst you, the man amongst you is the one. When a musibah, when a calamity happens, he can control his anger and his wrath. He can control it. He is patient. This is the Muslim. I'm not mentioning about halal and haram. I'm not mentioning. Halal and haram, this is kindergarten language, brother. This is kindergarten language. We need to develop. We need to move on. We need to start having a deeper relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Deeper. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was telling them that this is not the man. The man amongst you, when something befall, he is what? He controls, practice and see how difficult it is. And understand why when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses and mentions Rijal, there is the honor and power of tolerance and power of dignity behind this word. Today we say man to anyone. Anyone that can throw some punches, he is a man. He is not man. He is just a male. You might tell me, no, brother. This is new age. It's not about physically fighting and it's not about being physically big. But in our hearts, what determines who the Rijal is? Who the Rijal is? Money, brother. Be obsessed with this. The one that has money, brother. If you have money today, if you have money, wallah, you can take the course of the teacher. We love money. We honor money. We deem money. Brother, I provide, brother. People often say to others, brother, my son has brought me a great shame. My son has brought me a great humiliation. He's 30 years old and he still hasn't brought a house. This is in our heart. So our ability to make money determines how much of a Rijal I am. Irrespective, halal or haram, irrespective. Brother, I want to ask you sincerely. It's a rhetorical question. Please answer. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, by the standard that we live in, is he a man? Is he a man? What a dilemma. What an awkward position we have been cornered into. The Aisha radiallahu ta'ala is an authentic hadith. And don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say doesn't mean we have to be intentionally poor. No, this is not. But this idea being rich will make me success. Being rich will make me a man. This is the sickness. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala tells her nephew, the son of her sister, we used to see the moon, then the full moon, then the full moon, then the full moon. 2 consecutive months, 60 days would go by, there would be no cooking or no boiling in any of the 9 houses of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Is he a man or not? Today our sister complained, my husband hasn't taken me outside for dinner within 2 weeks. He's a bakhil, brother, he's a bakhil. He's a miser. Is he? Aisha radiallahu ta'ala is telling, 2 months, no cooking, no boiling. A man with 9 wives. Is he a man or not? Look at the dilemma we live in. When deen is no longer the measuring stick, when deen and Allah and His Prophet are no longer the one who dictate, when social media and public perception is what drives. This is not me, this is in the hadith, but we pick and choose what we want from deen. We try to make deen 24th century. We try to make deen Islam modern. Brother, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said this deen started strange and it will return to being strange and glad tidings to the strangers, yet every single one of us is trying to be exactly like everyone else. My food is like the non-Muslim, my clothes is like the non-Muslim, my appearance is like the non-Muslim, my schooling is like the non-Muslim, my hobbies, my ambition of owning a car and house and taking my family on a holiday at the end of the year and driving, every ounce of my body's ambition is exactly like non-Muslim. My name was Muhammad, I changed it to Mo. My name was Mustafa, I changed it to Steve. Every ounce of me is trooping non-Muslim, but we say, Alhamdulillah, brother, I am Muslim. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, Hani and glad tidings to the strangers. Who feels like strangers? Who feels like? So Urwa couldn't believe his ears. He couldn't believe. He said, "Oh my auntie, 2 months no cooking, no boiling. How did you survive?" She said, "At-tamru wal ma." Dates and water are all we had for 2 consecutive months. That's what we did. Where is this sunnah? Where is sunnah, brother? You might tell me this is not sunnah. This is zuruf. You know, this is zuruf. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was going through difficulties and hard times, etc., etc. This is how sick we have been. But it's one thing. It's one thing. If I tell you, I have an addiction and I'm trying to deal with my addiction, it will be appreciated. It will be appreciated. I have an addiction and deny my addiction, and I'm trying to use deen to justify my actions. Isn't that interesting? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed to God, Allahumma zuk ana Muhammadin qutan. Oh my Lord, the risk, the provisions of me, Muhammad, and my family, the bare minimum. But we pick and choose what we want from thee. What we want from thee. So, you know, my brother, a man is not determined by their ability, by his ability to fight, by his ability to make money and power and respect. This is not the man. The man who has the power of tolerance, who is realistic, who is understandable, who has the power of tenacity, who has the power of forbearance. Because you can't have the pie and eat it too. Have you heard the saying? You can't have the pie and eat it too. Meaning, you can't have everything. But we are trying to have everything. But you know, the difference between the Sahaba and us, they only wanted Jannah. That's all they wanted. We also want Jannah. This is the difference. So if I want to be a man, there are decisions I have to make, the sacrifices I have to take. This is the real lifestyle. This is the real lifestyle. And my brothers, honestly, the man comes together. When the man comes together, the world comes together. And as soon as when we destroy it, the world will always be destroyed. And what is this ummah suffering from more than anything? What is this? It's not knowledge, my brother. It's not knowledge. The alam is ocean. Wallahi, you jump on YouTube hours and hours and hours, talks and bayans and khutbahs and knowledges and classes. This is abundant, brother. But what is this ummah suffering from more than anything? The biggest calamity in the Muslim. Do you know what really is? There is no man. There is no rich child. And do you know who suffers the most when there is no man? Women and children. I've taken too much time. Inshallah, I will be finished. Next, Dr. Johar, I conclude my speech with a couplet. आलम है फ़कत मोमिन जाबाज की मीरात, आलम है फ़कत मोमिन जाबाज की मीरात, मोमिन नहीं जो साहिब इदराक नहीं है. I end up my talk with a special message that it has been a great experience to share my views with you all respected teachers and honorable chairman and my dear audience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.